In my early 20s, I managed to work up the courage to apply for a job I was not qualified for. I went to the interview trembling and walked out 100% sure I did not get the job. I got a call from the recruiter just a few days later. I picked up the phone ready to hear the bad news, and she said, "Cade, they want to hire you. Are you still up for it?" After pausing in shock, I said, okay, yeah, sounds good. That day, I became the business manager for a Baptist church in Tulsa and was now responsible for managing a budget of over $1 million. Clearly, the only reason I was hired is because of some supernatural favor from God that was with me in the room the day that I was interviewed. Because trust me, I was not impressive. I had no accounting degree, I had no formal education in business, and the person that I was replacing had both. Thankfully, she was able to stick around a few weeks and train me, but man, was I intimidated by her credentials. I became very confused during my training when I learned that I was more skilled in accounting than she was. I figured I must be wrong. She had the credentials. I didn't. What I did have was the School of Hard Knocks. I'd invested years into studying accounting principles online and then applying them to our small church and my small business. I wasn't getting paid to do these things. I just have a passion for excellence and doing things right. So I became the master of using Google to figure things out. But she had a formal education, so I was convinced she must know more than me. What I learned is that knowledge is only valuable when you put action to it and learn how to use it. You see, she went to school, but she didn't put in the effort to put her knowledge to the test. She heard the right things, but she never practiced them, so she found herself in a mess. Now, I'm not saying she was a bad person. Don't hear me wrong. But what I do want you to hear is that going to college and getting a degree does not automatically make you more valuable to those around you. You see, we've become a culture that worships the almighty college degree, and Satan has used this idol we've been worshiping as a way to trip us up. And so now, most colleges are more concerned with indoctrinating students with woke ideologies than they are in training them to be more valuable to society. It's a shame. Now, the first few months at the new job were tough. I would work really hard and then go home and research my brains out just to make sure that I was doing everything correctly. After all of this, I still discredited my skills because I didn't have that formal education. I was just sure at some point they were going to realize this and fire me. Then it came time for my annual review. I figured this would be the day. They told me that everything I was doing was wrong and send me down the road. So there I sat across from my boss, nervous as all get out, and he said, "Cade, you do an incredible job here. We're so thankful for you. Is there anything you need from us?" That was it. No reprimand. They weren't disappointed. They were thankful. Actually, they were so thankful that they gave me a $9 per hour raise that day. I didn't even think I deserved a raise, but I learned a valuable lesson that day. The amount of money you earn is in relation to the amount of value you add to those you work for. I didn't show up to extract something from them. I showed up to serve, to help them accomplish their goals. And not only that, but I invested my own time at home to equip myself to serve them better. So I'll say it again. The amount of money you earn is in relation to the amount of value you add to those you work for. To get a better grasp on this, I encourage you to enroll in my free video series called God Privilege, where I show you how to live in God's promise of wealth. And it's important that you do, because God wants to resource you to accomplish His work on the earth. Get access today at cadeyoung.com. Also, go ahead and hit the like button because that'll help this video get out to everybody who needs it. And before you go, I want to make sure that we're clear on what Jesus did for you. Jesus gave His life, not just to forgive you, but to free you from sin. He didn't just pay the penalty of your sin. He took your sin away. You're forgiven. You're free. That's who you are when you believe in Jesus Christ. So go ahead and say this with me. Jesus Christ, I believe in you. Thank you for giving your life to save mine. I'm forgiven. I'm free. I dedicate my life to following you. Now let's follow Jesus together. I have more videos coming your way. Be the first to know by subscribing to my email list at cadeyoung.com. We can also stay connected on YouTube, Instagram, Gab, and Telegram. Just search for Pastor Cade. You'll find me there, and I'll see you soon.